I'm Donna Cartwright. I'm an activist, a journalist, a churchgoer, and I am a transgender woman. I transitioned about 15 years ago, and at that time my family supported me. My relations with my family had been good, but there had always been some barriers between us, some guardedness on my part, and depression. And when I came through transition, which is the most profound and intense experience of my life, that guardedness and withdrawal and depression gradually lifted away. My relationship with my parents and with my brother improved markedly. I remember a number of ways in which that happened, but particularly in the year or so after I came out, my brother, who had been diagnosed with leukemia, was in the hospital for a bone marrow procedure and was quite sick. And I went up to see him in Boston, where he was being treated, and it was maybe the first time he had seen me as Donna. And I just sat with him for a while. He was very ill and not feeling well, and I just tried to be a presence for him there. And he has been through a lot, but he's still alive 17 years after he was diagnosed and is doing quite well. In the last year, I found out that I have leukemia now, and when I learned this, of course, the first thing I thought of was to call my brother. And he has been there for me, just as I was there for him in the early days of my transition. He tells me what to expect. He sends me links on the internet, sends me articles, and so forth. So our family's life has actually come through my transition in a much improved way, and our bonds are as strong as ever. I also, in the course of my transition, managed to get in touch with a part of myself that I had never developed before, which was my spiritual life. I had been an agnostic, and when I went through transition, I came to understand the awesomeness of what was happening to me, and I felt I needed some kind of ritual to mark out the change in my life. And eventually I just walked into a church one day and sat down, and the whole experience gave me comfort and strength, and I developed a good relationship with the priest of that church and have become very active in the Episcopal Church in the last 10 years. And I really believe that lifting away the stigma, the shame, and the isolation of closetedness has done a great deal for me in allowing me to live as a whole person.